There is a quiet beauty in the way Cancer moves through life. Like the moon guiding the tides, you carry an energy that gently shapes everything around you. Your heart is your compass. Your intuition is your map. And yet, sometimes you forget how much strength lies within your softness. This journey today is for you, Cancer, to remind you of the power that is already alive in your spirit, to help you see how your career, your love life, and your soul's path are all woven together like threads of a sacred tapestry. We will walk through the whispers of the tarot. We will honor the lessons written in the stars. And we will discover how your sensitivity, instead of being a burden, is truly the secret gift that shapes your destiny. So, take a breath. Allow yourself to sink into this moment. You are safe here. You are seen here. And everything that rises before you now is meant to lead you closer to your true self. The tarot card appears. The card that rises for you today, Cancer, is the Empress. She sits upon her throne, surrounded by fields of abundance, rivers of life, and the gentle warmth of creation itself. Her crown shines with 12 stars, one for every month, reminding us that growth is not rushed, it follows its own sacred rhythm. For you, Cancer, the Empress is both a mirror and a calling. She reflects the nurturing energy that already lives inside your heart, the way you care, the way you protect, the way you give without always asking for anything in return. But she also whispers of something deeper, that now is the time for you to create. Not just care, to give birth to your own visions, to pour the same love you offer to others into the soil of your own dreams. In career, this card signals expansion. Perhaps a project waiting to bloom. Perhaps a role where your creativity, your empathy, your ability to understand people becomes the very thing that sets you apart. This is not the time to hide your gifts behind silence. It is the time to let them flourish. In love, the Empress reminds you of your natural magnetism. You don't need to chase. You don't need to force. Love flows to you when you are aligned with your own inner beauty. You are the garden, Cancer, and those who are meant to stay will grow roots beside you. So when this card appears, it is not just a message of comfort, it is a reminder of your creative power. Every dream you've been nurturing quietly within your soul is ready to sprout. Every prayer you've whispered to the night sky has been heard. And now, the universe asks you, will you water your own garden as tenderly as you water others? Career under the Empress. Cancer. Let us step gently into the realm of your career. The Empress speaks here with a voice as soft as the wind through a wheat field, yet her message is powerful. This is a moment of fertility in your professional life. Opportunities are not far away, they are already sprouting beneath the surface, waiting for your hands to shape them. Think of your career as a garden. The seeds you have planted over the years, your dedication, your quiet hard work, your patience are beginning to break through the soil. The Empress does not rush growth. She teaches that success unfolds like the seasons. Some seasons are for planting, some are for waiting, and some are for harvesting. Right now, Cancer, you are moving into a time of harvest. It may come in the form of recognition, new projects, or even a new role that feels more aligned with your heart. But her wisdom also carries a gentle reminder, do not let fear choke your garden. Sometimes, you hold back because you fear failure. Sometimes, you dim your own light because you don't want to outshine others. But the Empress tells you, your gifts are meant to shine. When you grow, you give others permission to grow as well. So, if you've been dreaming of starting something new, a creative project, a business idea, or even a step toward leadership, this is your sign that the ground is fertile. That now is the time to plant with courage. And remember, success for you is not just measured in money or titles. It is measured in how deeply your work resonates with your soul. When your career feels like an extension of your heart, you thrive. And the Empress is here to remind you that such alignment is possible. Breathe that in, Cancer. Your work is not just work, it is an expression of who you are. And who you are is worthy of blooming. Love and relationships under the Empress. Cancer, now let us move into the realm of love. Here, the Empress shines her warmest light. She is the mother, the nurturer, the divine feminine that dwells within you. And in matters of the heart, she speaks with tenderness. For those of you in relationships, The Empress whispers that love is not built on grand gestures alone. It is built on the daily weaving of care, of patience, of presence. Your gift, Cancer, is your ability to make someone feel at home in your heart. And under the Empress, this gift becomes your greatest power. If you felt distance with your partner, now is the time to return to softness, to touch more, to listen more, to remember that love flourishes in small moments. A shared laugh, a quiet meal, a hand held in silence, these are the roots that keep love alive. And for those who are single, the Empress brings a promise. She tells you that love is not something you must chase. It grows when you nourish yourself first. When you pour love into your own being, you become magnetic. Like a flower in bloom, you attract without effort. So instead of asking, when will love arrive? Ask, how can I love myself more deeply today? For when you do, the universe mirrors that love back to you. The right person will recognize the radiance you already carry. But the Empress also offers a caution. Gentle but firm. Do not give so much of yourself that you become empty. True love is not sacrifice. It is balance. It is reciprocity. It is two souls nourishing one another. Your heart is vast, Cancer, but it is not meant to be drained. It is meant to be honored. So let this moment be an invitation to nurture love where it already exists and to call in love by tending first to your own inner garden. For in doing so, you become a sanctuary, a place where love feels safe to grow and stay. The Empress and your emotional intuition. Cancer, your emotions are your compass. They are not a weakness. They are the waves that guide you toward truth, even when the world tells you to quiet them down. Under the Empress, your emotional intuition becomes stronger, clearer, almost sacred. She reminds you that your feelings are not random storms. They are messages. They are the language of your soul. There may have been times when others made you feel too much, too sensitive, too emotional, too fragile. But the Empress leans close and whispers, your sensitivity is your wisdom. Your depth is your power. So instead of hiding your feelings, honor them. When sadness comes, let it move through you like rain watering the soil. When joy arises, let it burst forth like sunlight breaking through clouds. Every emotion is a teacher. Every feeling carries a key to deeper understanding. This is why people trust you, Cancer. Because you don't just hear words, you feel what lies behind them. You can sense the unspoken, the invisible currents between people. And the Empress blesses this gift, urging you to trust it more. In the coming days, you may find yourself at crossroads where logic and intuition clash. The Empress says, choose the path that feels alive in your body, the one that makes your chest expand, your breath soften, your spirit whisper, yes. That is how your soul speaks. And that is how you will know you are on the right path. So let your emotions flow, Cancer. Do not suppress them. Do not apologize for them. Instead, see them as sacred rivers that shape the land of your life. The Empress is here to remind you, you were never meant to be hard and unfeeling. You were meant to be soft, to be tender, to be guided by the quiet power of your intuition. Balance between career and personal life. Cancer. The Empress does not only nurture your heart, she also reminds you of the delicate balance between your career and your personal life. You give so much of yourself to others, to your work, your responsibilities, the endless tasks that seem to pile up. And yet, when the day is over, your soul sometimes feels drained, like the tide has pulled away too far. The Empress leans in and whispers, do not build success at the cost of your spirit. Because true success, Cancer, is not just about recognition or material gain. It is about creating a life where your heart feels alive, where your relationships feel nourishing, and where your career does not consume the very essence of who you are. In the days ahead, you may feel torn between ambition and rest, between striving and simply being. The Empress urges you to create harmony. Yes, pursue your dreams, but do not forget to water your inner garden. If your work begins to feel heavy, pause and ask yourself, is this feeding me or is it draining me? If your career path feels misaligned with your spirit, The Empress reminds you that you have permission to reshape it, to slow down, to say no, to choose a direction that brings peace, not just profit. And when it comes to your relationships, this balance is equally important. Do not let the hunger for achievement rob you of intimacy, of laughter, of love. The Empress says, nurture your career, but never at the expense of your heart. Cancer. Imagine your life as a scale. On one side is your work, your ambitions, your responsibilities. On the other side is your family, your relationships, your inner world. The Empress does not ask you to sacrifice one for the other. She asks you to weave them together so that neither is neglected, so that both can thrive in harmony. This balance will not only make your career more meaningful, it will make your heart feel safe. And in that safety, you will grow stronger, more radiant, more aligned with who you are meant to be. Love and emotional connections. Cancer, when it comes to love, your heart is a sanctuary, a place of warmth, of devotion, of gentle loyalty. But it is also tender, so tender that sometimes you guard it with walls, afraid of being misunderstood, afraid of being hurt. The Empress appears here as a soft guide, reminding you that love is not meant to be a battlefield. It is a garden. And gardens need both sunlight and rain, both patience and trust to truly flourish. In your relationships, whether romantic or within your family, the Empress calls you to nurture intimacy, to listen deeply, not just with your ears, but with your soul, to speak not from fear, but from truth. There may be moments when you feel like withdrawing, curling back into your shell, because emotions feel too heavy or because vulnerability feels too risky. But the Empress whispers, let them see you. Let them know you. For love cannot grow in shadows. It grows in the open, where two hearts meet in honesty. If you are single, Cancer, this card is a promise. It tells you that love will find you not when you chase it, but when you allow yourself to radiate naturally, when you care for your own heart as tenderly as you would care for another's poussins. The Empress says, love flows to those who honor their own worth. And if you are already in a relationship, this is a reminder to water the bond you share, to celebrate not just the grand gestures, but the quiet ones too, the shared cup of tea, the hand reaching out in silence, the laughter after a long day. These small things are the heartbeat of love, and the Empress teaches you to notice them, to treasure them, to let them remind you of why your heart chose this connection. Cancer. Your love is powerful because it heals. When you love with your whole being. And the Empress tells you this is your gift. Not everyone can love with such depth. Such purity, such devotion. But remember, my dear Cancer, love begins with you. Nurture your own heart, and from that overflowing cup, you will give love that is endless, love that is steady, love that feels like home. Career growth and personal fulfillment. Cancer, your career is more than just tasks and deadlines. It is an expression of your soul, a reflection of your inner values, and a path where your natural intuition and empathy shine. The Empress reminds you that success is not measured solely by titles or paychecks. It is measured by how much your work nourishes your spirit. Are you doing work that aligns with your heart? Does it allow your creativity, compassion, and wisdom to flourish? In the coming days, you may face challenges that test your patience or confidence. Perhaps a project feels overwhelming, or recognition feels delayed. The Empress tells you, do not rush, do not force. Nurture what you are building as you would nurture a garden. This is a time for steady, mindful growth. Small, consistent actions like tending a plant every day will lead to lasting success. Trust your instincts when decisions arise. Your natural sensitivity allows you to sense opportunities that others may overlook. Balance is key, Cancer. Do not sacrifice your personal life or well-being for work. Your best achievements come when your heart is full, when you are grounded in love and emotional clarity. And remember, networking, mentorship, and collaboration are also forms of nurturing. The Empress teaches that supporting others in their journey often returns blessings to your own. When you cultivate kindness, integrity, and wisdom in your career, you create a foundation for growth that lasts far beyond immediate gains. So move forward with confidence, guided by your heart, nurtured by patience, and anchored in the knowledge that your career can be both prosperous and deeply fulfilling. The Empress reminds you, you are capable, deserving, and ready to grow in ways you have yet to imagine. Financial growth and abundance. Cancer. The Empress also speaks to the realm of money and abundance. She reminds you that wealth is not just a number in a bank account. It is a reflection of how well you nurture yourself, your talents, and the world around you. This is a moment to honor the value you bring to your work, to your family, and to your community. Every effort, every act of creativity, every ounce of dedication, it all contributes to your abundance. If you have been worrying about finances, the Empress invites you to shift perspective. See money as energy that flows, not a limited resource. When you nurture your skills, when you invest in yourself, when you act from your heart rather than fear, you create a cycle of prosperity that is sustainable and fulfilling. She also reminds you to be patient. Just as the seeds you plant take time to grow, so too does wealth. There is no rush. No need to force it. Focus instead on consistency, care, and mindful effort. These small, steady actions are what lead to long-term security and abundance. But the Empress warns against allowing money to overshadow joy. Do not trade your peace for profit. True abundance comes from balance, from nurturing both your material needs and your emotional well-being. When you do, Cancer, prosperity feels not like a burden, but like a natural extension of your life, a flow that supports you, your loved ones, and the dreams you hold close to your heart. So today, honor your efforts, celebrate the progress you've made, and trust that the energy you put into nurturing your life will return to you manifold. Abundance is not just a goal, it is a way of living. Embracing your full potential. Cancer, as we reach this moment, the Empress invites you to embrace your entire self, your heart, your mind, your intuition, and your ambitions. You are a being of immense depth, capable of love that heals, wisdom that guides, and resilience that carries you through challenges. All that we have explored the nurturing of your emotions, the balance between work and personal life, the care in your relationships, the flow of abundance and financial growth is connected by one central truth. Your life blooms when you honor your own essence. Do not shrink yourself to fit the expectations of others. Do not dim your light to avoid discomfort. The Empress reminds you that your gifts, your empathy, your intuition, your creativity are not burdens to hide, but treasures to share. You are capable of creating a life that feels abundant in every sense. Richness in love, fulfillment in work, security in finances, and serenity in spirit. Even when challenges arise, even when doubt creeps in, trust that your inner wisdom is guiding you. Cancer, take a deep breath and feel it. The strength in your heart, the clarity in your mind, the warmth in your soul. Every choice you make from this place of authenticity adds to a life of purpose and beauty. So step forward, gently yet boldly. Nurture yourself, nurture others, and nurture the dreams you hold. The Empress walks with you, Cancer, her energy flowing through your courage, your love, and your determination. This is your time to thrive. This is your time to embrace the fullness of your potential, to live a life that reflects the richness of your heart, and to allow every facet of who you are to shine. Remember, you are abundant, you are loved, and you are endlessly capable. Let this truth guide your steps, let it color your days, and let it remind you always that your life is a garden of infinite possibility.